Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today, we will finish our discussion on investment in debt securities. So we will finish it by discussing impairment and reversal of impairment. We all know that impairment is the decrease in the value of the asset, so that the recoverable amount is now the new carrying amount of the asset. And take note, impairment does not apply to investments at fair value through profit or loss, because yung pagbaba at pagtaas ng fair value which is presented in profit or loss are already considered as impairment. That is in accordance with PFRS 9. Thus, impairment is not necessary. So, ibig sabihin, impairment as well as reversal of impairment applies only to FVOCI investment and investments at amortized cost. Even though ang FVOCI is measured at fair value subsequently, kung titignan mo, yung unrealized gain niya is the difference between the fair value as of that date and the amortized cost as of that date. Unlike FBPL. Ang FBPL kasi talagang literally ang unrealized gain niya is due to change in fair value. Meaning, yung impairment nasa loob na nung pagbabago ng fair value nung asset. Okay, and for FVOCI investment, the computation of impairment is as follows. Okay, so again, kapareho lang din siya ng normal na impairment computation mo, which is impairment loss is the difference between the recoverable amount and the carrying amount. Yun nga lang, ang gagamitin natin carrying amount for FVOCI investment is again amortized cost. Okay, so the difference is known as impairment loss presented in profit or loss. Take note, recoverable amount is computed as the present value of future cash flows using the original effective interest rate. I'll repeat, it is computed as the present value of future cash flows by using your original effective interest rate. Kaya kung titignan mo, pagdating sa financial assets or investment at amortized cost, magkapareho lang ng computation silang dalawa. So, ibig sabihin, if I will summarize impairment, impairment applies only to FVOCI and investment at amortized cost. And kung titingnan natin, pareho sila ng computation ng impairment loss. And syempre, pareho rin ang presentation ng impairment loss nila. Impairment losses are presented within profit or loss. Okay, so mamaya wag kang mag-alala, kukumputin natin isa-isa yan. We will compute the recoverable amount as well as the carrying amount. And kung titingnan natin, itong way of computation na to, hawig yan sa pag-compute ng impairment loss ng loans receivable. Okay, so actually the computation of impairment loss on investment at amortized cost is the same with the computation of the impairment losses of your loans receivable. Kung naalala mo last time sa receivables topic mo, kapareho talaga. You will compute the recoverable amount still using the original effective interest rate. Okay, punta naman tayo ng reversal of impairment. Okay, in relation to reversal of previous impairment, again, it only applies to FVOCI investment and investment at amortized cost. Kumbaga, actually, ang reversal of impairment is the difference between the fair value at the balance sheet date or the recoverable amount and the carrying amount based on amortized cost. Kumbaga, parang yung computation lang din ng impairment loss kanina. Di ba ang impairment loss is recoverable amount minus amortized cost or carrying amount. Ganon din sa reversal. Nagkataon lang, si PFRS 9 nagsiset ng limit or maximum recoverable amount. And that maximum recoverable amount is the carrying amount or the amortized cost had there been no impairment. Sir, bakit ganon? Okay, bakit nagsiset ng limit ang PFRS 9? Okay, this is just an illustration para maintindihan mo. Assuming nung nag-compute ka ng impairment loss, let us say, ang impairment loss na na-compute mo is 100,000. Nung ngayong nagkaroon ng reversal, assuming ang fair value is let us say 250, ang amortized cost is let us say 100,000. So kung titingnan mo, ang gain on reversal mo supposedly is 150, which is quite impossible. Kasi pag sinabi mong reversal of impairment loss, talagang nire-reverse mo lang yung previous impairment loss na ni-recognize mo. And based on my example, ang previously recognized impairment loss mo is 100. So imposible na magre-reverse ka subsequently ng 150. And that's the reason kung bakit nagsiset ng limit ang standard. Kasi ang maximum amount na pwede mo lang i-reverse is yung impairment loss na previously ni-recognize mo. Kaya nga tinawag na reversal eh. Paano mangyayari na magre-reverse ka ng amount na mas malaki sa impairment loss na ni-recognize mo nung nakaraan? Okay, so again, that's the reason kung bakit naglagay ng limit ang PFRS 9 in the form of carrying amount had there been no impairment. Kaya nga kung titignan mo, reversal of impairment loss is the difference of the limit and the amortized cost. Assuming yung fair value mas mataas sa amortized cost. Sir, anong ibig mong sabihin? Kung for example, ang limit is let us say 200,000. Ang fair value mo is 150. Ang gagamitin mong pang-compare sa amortized cost, yung 150, hindi yung 200,000. Kaya nga tinawag na limit eh. Pag sinabing limit, hindi ka pwedeng lumagpas sa amount na yan. So kung lumagpas ka sa amount na yan, yan ang gagamitin mo as a basis on comparing your amortized cost. Pero kung yung fair value at balance sheet date mas mababa sa limit, yun ang gagamitin mong pang-compare sa amortized cost. Again, amortized cost had there been no impairment is just a limit. Hindi lang pwedeng lumagpas yung fair value sa amount na yan. So kung lumagpas, yan ang gagamitin natin. Pero kung hindi lumagpas, you will still use the fair value and you will compare it to your amortized cost in order to compute the reversal of impairment losses. And if ever na mas mataas nga ang fair value at balance sheet date sa limit, yung difference ng fair value at balance sheet date sa kalimit is your unrealized gain na ipepresent sa OCI, and obviously mag-a-apply lang yan sa FVOCI investment. This will not apply to investment at amortized cost. That is common sense kasi walang unrealized gain ang investment at amortized cost. Okay, so again, yung tatlong yan pagdating sa reversal, individually kino-compute. So let us apply what we have discussed on our sample on our last sample exercise. So medyo mahaba to, so kung meron kang time, i-screenshot mo na para hindi natin siya binabalik-balikan as we answer the exercise. So on December 31, 2019, 1-1 invested in the 5-year bonds of 2-2 Incorporated. The bonds have a face value of 2 million with 8% interest payable per year. 1-1 paid 1,848,368 to acquire the investment at the prevailing market rate of 10%. The debt security was classified as investment at amortized cost. So hindi ka na pinahirapan ng problem, sabi niya ang classification ng investment is at amortized cost. Plus, hindi ka na rin pinahirapan ng problem kasi binigay na yung initial measurement ng investment which is 1,848,368. If ever man na hindi yan kinumpute, just like nung ginagawa natin last time, you can compute it by computing the present value of the future cash flows using the 10% as your discount rate. Okay, kung hindi lang siya binigay at kung meron kang time, pwede mo namang i-verify na pareho lang ang lalabas na amount. Okay, during 2021, Tutu's business deteriorated due to political instability and faltering global economy. Wow, ang lalim nun. Sir, huwag mo nang pansinin yun. Basta nagkakaproblema o the company is having financial difficulty. Okay, yun na lang yun. And after reviewing all available evidence at December 31, 2021, 1-1 determined that it was probable that Tutu will still be able to pay the nominal interest this year. Kaya pa raw bayaran ni Tutu yung interest ngayong taon. Pero unable na siya na bayaran yung future interest on the bonds. As well as both parties agreed na bawasan na yung babayaran niya in the future, instead na 2 million, gawin na lang daw 1.6. And because of this, 1-1 decided that the investment in bonds was impaired and that a loss should be recorded immediately. on December 31, 2022. So, ibig sabihin, on December 31, 2021, we will compute an impairment loss. Then, on December 31, 2022, Tutu's financial condition improved and informed 1-1 to pay back 2.5 million on maturity instead of the reduced amount of 1.6. Sir, bakit lumagpas? Diba ang face value 2 million lang? So, I assume kaya 2.5 ang babayaran na lang ni Tutu, siguro para bayad na lang sa inconvenience na binigay niya kay 1-1 at para lang din, para siguro bayad ng utang na loob kasi pumayag si 1-1 nung una na bayaran na lang yung utang ng 1.6. So, si Tutu masyadong mabait, sabi niya 2.5 na lang, bayad ko sa abala, kumbaga. Okay, in December 31, 2021, therefore, we will compute the amount of impairment recovery that 1-1 should report on its 2022 profit or loss. Kaya naman, that would be the requirements as you read it below. Okay, so again, i-screenshot mo na yung exercise kasi medyo mahaba. And then, let us proceed. Let us answer requirement number 1. How much is the impairment loss on December 31, 2021? That is 2 years after. Okay, so let us compute. So, sabi nga natin, impairment loss is the difference between your recoverable amount and your carrying amount. So, again, isa-isa natin computein. Number 1, let us compute your recoverable amount. What is recoverable amount? Recoverable amount is the present value of future cash flows discounted using the original effective rate. And our original effective rate based on the problem is 10%. Okay, ang nominal interest rate niya is 8%. So, pag sinabing present value of future cash flow, you need to determine first, ano pa bang matatanggap mo in the future? Number 1, may principal amount ka pa rin matatanggap. Yun nga lang, yung principal amount na matatanggap mo is not 2 million anymore, but rather 1.6. Pagdating sa nominal interest, sinabi ng problem, wala ka na rin matatanggap in the future. So, ibig sabihin, according to our steps in computing present value, step 1 is to know your cash flow at ang cash flow mo na lang is yung principal na 1.6. Step 2, we need to determine the timing. Sinabi niya, hindi naman hulug-hulugan yung 1.6 million. Ang sabi ng problem, isang bagsakan, babayaran at maturity. Therefore, on step number 3, in computing the present value factor, ang kailangan natin would be present value of 1 at 10%. At ang gagamitin nating number of years o period is not 5 years hindi 5 years. Bakit hindi 5 years, sir? Kasi 5 years simula umpisa. Nagko-compute ka ng recoverable amount noong December 31, 2021. That is 2 years after. So, kung 2 taon na ang lumilipas, ang gagamitin mo na lang na periods would be 3 years. So, we need to compute the present value of 1 ng 10% and then 3 years. At ang lalabas sa computation is 0.7513. Okay, computein natin that is 1.10 divide, then 3 pindot sa equal sign. So, 1, 2, 3. So, ang lalabas is 0.7513. So, imumultiply mo ngayon yan sa 1.6 million. So, ang lalabas is 1,202,080. And actually, that is automatically our recoverable amount kasi nga, wala namang binigay o hindi sinabi ng problem na may matatanggap ka pang nominal interest. Okay, so we are done with the recoverable amount. Let us compute the carrying amount. Okay, so how do we compute the carrying amount? Again, through the use of amortization table. Ang kailangan nating carrying amount is on December 31, 2021 kasi that's the date that you are computing the impairment loss. So, ang starting point mo is January 1, 2020. Okay, bakit January 1, 2020, sir? Kasi ang acquisition date mo is December 31, 2019. So, effectively, January 1, 2020 na rin yun. Okay, so ang starting point natin is 1,848,368. Next, papuntahin natin ang December 31, 2020. Ang una natin gagawin is nominal interest na 160,000. So, saan galing yung 160,000, sir? Sabi ko nga, it is always based on the face value. Ang face value is 2 million. Ang nominal interest rate is 8%. So, 2 million times 8%, that is 160,000. Ang effective interest is based on the carrying amount or based on the previous present value. Ang previous present value or carrying amount mo is 1,848,368. times the effective interest rate is 10%. So ang lalabas is 184,837. So again, you need to compute the difference of the two amount. Ang difference ng nominal sa effective interest is your amortization. Ang amortization is 24,837. Sir, is this amortization of discount or amortization of premium? Take note, ang face value is 2 million. Anong initial measurement ng investment? 1,848. Dahil mas mababa, anong tawag doon? That is discount. At kapag nag-amortize ka ng discount, anong effect niya? It increases the interest income as well as it increases the carrying amount of the asset. And the carrying amount of the asset would now be 1,873,205. Okay, so same procedure will apply. Ang kailangan natin ay December 31, 2021. So that would be 160 pa rin ang nominal interest. Yung 1,873,201, that is 10% of 1,873,205, the previous carrying amount. So I think di mo naman kailangan ng calculator yan kasi babawasan mo lang naman isang digit yan, ng dalawang digit yan to compute the 10%. Pero kung wala kang tiwala sa sarili mo sa pagko-compute, you can use a calculator. Okay, therefore, our carrying amount is 1,900,526. So, ilatag na natin isa-isa. Ang carrying amount is 1,900,526 minus recoverable amount na 1,202,080. Therefore, our impairment loss is 698,446. And again, what is the purpose of impairment? The purpose of impairment is to make the recoverable amount as the new carrying amount of the asset. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Ang current carrying amount mo is 1.9. Pag binawasan mo ng impairment loss yan na 698, ano nang bagong carrying amount mo? Yung recoverable amount na 1,202,080. And again, that's the purpose of impairment. Kumbaga, we are converting the carrying amount papuntang recoverable amount. Kasi yun yung purpose ng yun yung purpose ng impairment eh. Hindi pwedeng ang asset ay i-record mo sa libro na mas mataas sa amount na matatanggap mo na lang sa kanya. Kasi ang in-expect ng accounting na matatanggap mo 1.2 million na lang. So kung naka-record ng 1.9 million yan, babawasan mo ng 698,000. That's the main purpose of impairment. We need to decrease the value of the asset because yung naka-record sa libro ay mas mataas sa kung ano na lang ang matatanggap mo based on the computation ni accounting. Okay, so this would be the answer for requirement number 1. Our impairment loss is 698,446. And by the way, bago ko makalimutan, pag sinabing carrying amount, it should include any accrued interest. And again, when we say accrued interest, that is interest receivable based on nominal interest. O sir, sabi mo it includes accrued interest. Bakit hindi mo sinama? Isasama mo lang siya sa carrying amount kung sinabi ng problem na hindi siya nabayaran during the year. Sinabi ng problem, pakibago lang hindi po yan December 31, 2016, pasensya na, that is December 31, 2021. Okay, I'm sorry, 2021 dapat yan. So my point here is, sinabi kasi ng problem na on December 31, 2021 or during 2021 rather, the company could still pay the interest. Ang hindi niya kayang bayaran yung mga susunod na interest. So dahil nabayaran yung interest ng 2021, hindi mo na siya isasama for impairment loss computation. But if the problem is silent or sinabi niya na hindi kayang bayaran ngayong taon, you need to include the accrued interest. Okay, so again, this would be the answer for number 1. Okay, next, let us proceed to number 2. What is the amount of impairment recovery should 1-1 report on its 2022 profit or loss? Siyempre, ang una mong kailangan computein, magkano na ang carrying amount ng asset on December 31, 2022. So, ang starting point mo, yung last year. At kung titignan mo, ano ang ginamit mong carrying amount? Kanina, di ba, ang carrying amount mo is 1.9, kung naalala mo. Okay, pero hindi na 1.9 kasi anong purpose ng impairment? The purpose is to make the recoverable amount as the new carrying amount. Kaya nga ang starting point mo for your carrying amount ng January 1, 2022 is 1.2 million. The recoverable amount as we compute impairment loss last year. So, kailangan ulit natin siyang i-amortize. Papuntahin natin ng December 31, 2022. Ang nominal interest mo, unlike nung previous years, meron, this time, wala na. Bakit? Kasi sinabi ng problem, di ba, hindi niya na kayang magbayad ng future nominal interest. Pero syempre, meron pa ring effective interest. Kasi lahat ng bagay na kino-compute at present value, meron niyang kasamang effective interest. And again, our effective interest is 10% ng previous carrying amount, which is 1.2 million. Therefore, our effective interest is 120,208. And again, amortization is the difference between nominal and effective. Obvious naman, baka i-minus mo pa yan at i-calculator mo pa yan. Ang amortization is 120,208. So, kailangan ko ba siyang i-plus o i-minus, sir? Answer is plus. Bakit plus, sir? Kasi discount pa rin to eh. Ano yung napag-usapan yung principal nung nababayaran at the end of maturity? Diba 1.6 million? Pero magkano ni-record mo? 1.2. So, dahil mas mababa, discount na naman. At dahil discount yan, ang amortization ay pa-plus. Okay? So, pag pinlas mo sa 120,2080 yan, ang lalabas na carrying amount is 1,322,288 on December 31, 2022. Next, so katulad kanina, 'di ba, anong ginamit natin amounts para ma-compute ang impairment loss? Ang ginamit natin, number 1 would be your carrying amount and then your recoverable amount. Ngayong 2022, sa pag-compute ng impairment recovery or gain on reversal, ganun pa rin. May carrying amount na tayo, ang kailangan na lang natin ay recoverable amount. Ang recoverable amount natin is again based on your future cash flows discounted at by using your original effective rate. Ang original effective rate natin is 10%. But this time, ang gagamitin mong number of years na ay hindi 5 years, hindi rin 3 years. Kasi 3 years last year. 1 year na ang lumipas, ilang taon na lang natitira? 2 years na lang. So, ang kailangan natin, 10%, present value of 1 pa rin, ng 2 years. At ang gagamitin nating amount is 2.5 million. So, pag kinumpute mo yon ng 2 years, that is 0.8264. So, ang computation po ng 0.8264 is 1.1 divide, then dalawang pindot sa equal sign, that is 0.8264. Okay? So, meron na tayong recoverable amount, meron na rin tayong carrying amount. So, sir, kaya na ba nating makompute ang gain on reversal of impairment? Kung titignan mo, pansinin mo pag minus mo yung 2,066,000 na recoverable amount sa 1,322,288, supposedly ang iyong gain on reversal is 743,000 at malamang makikita mo sa multiple choice yan. But 743,000 is wrong. Sir, bakit mali? This is just common sense. Magkano ang nirecord mong impairment loss last year? As I remember, that is around 698,000. So, kumbaga, ang maximum na pwede mo lang i-recover, 698. Pero, ang difference nung dalawang amount, 743. So, ibig sabihin, mali yung 743, we need to compute the limit. Okay, so yun yung palatandaan mo kung kailan mo kailangan computein ang limit. Kasi kung for example, nagkuha ka ng difference nung 2,066,000 sa kanong carrying amount, tapos mas mababa sa 698 na loss last year, malamang hindi mo na kailangan computein yung limit kasi hindi natin na-maximize o hindi natin totally na-recover yung impairment loss last time. Unlike this time, on our exercise, ang difference ng dalawa, 743. Ang maximum na pwede mo lang i-recognize as gain on reversal, 698. So, ibig sabihin, that's a sign that we need to compute the limit, the maximum recoverable amount. And your maximum recoverable amount is the carrying amount as if walang impairment na nangyari. Okay, at dahil walang impairment na nangyari, ang gagawin lang natin, itutuloy lang natin yung last year. Diba, yung last year, kung naalala mo, sa ating previous slide, diba, ayan na yan, no? Meron na, diba, 1.9 million. So, yung 1.9 na yan, dediretsuhin lang natin, papapuntahin natin ng December 31, 2022. Kumbaga, ina-assume ng limit na as if walang impairment na nangyari. Okay, so kung walang impairment na nangyari at itutuloy lang natin yung amount na yon, so amortize pa tayo ng isa. So again, meron ka ulit nominal interest na 160. Bakit nagkaroon, sir? Kasi i-assume mo na walang impairment eh. Kung walang impairment, dire-diretso lang naman talaga yung bayad ng 160. And then yung effective interest, 10% ng previous carrying amount na 1.9 million. So again, kunin mo yung difference ng 190,000 saka 160. That is the amortization of discount na ipa-plus natin sa 1.9 million. And therefore, the maximum recoverable amount is 1,930. Okay, and as we compute your gain on reversal, again, I'll repeat, supposedly, ang i-compare mong amount, yung 2,066,000 na fair value, saka carrying amount na 1322288. Pero ang paliwanag ko nga kanina, hindi posible. Imposible siya kasi 743 ang lalabas. So that's the time na gagamitin mo yung limit. Kasi sabi natin kanina sa discussion natin ng reversal, if ever na yung fair value mas mataas sa limit, limit ang gagamitin mong pang-compare ng carrying amount. Kasi kung ang lumabas dyan, let us assume ang lumabas dyan sa fair value mo is 1.8 million, kung mas mababa sa 1,930, 1.8 ang gagamitin mong pang-compare sa carrying amount na 1,322. But unfortunately, dahil mas mataas, we need to stick with the limit. Kaya nga tinawag na limit eh. Yun yung maximum na pwede mo lang i-recognize. And therefore, your gain on reversal is the difference between the limit and the carrying amount, which is 608,291. So this would be the answer for number 2, 608,291. Pero hindi ka ba nagtataka? Okay, parang hindi nagja-jive yung concept ng accounting eh. Kung isipin mo, sir, hindi ba dapat ang sagot diyan sa gain on reversal is yung impairment loss na ni-recognize natin last time? Kaya nga 'di ba sir, sabi mo kanina, nag-set tayo ng limit kasi pag ang ginamit natin 743, mali yun kasi ang maximum lang na pwede nating i-recognize 698. So, through common sense, dapat, ang gain on reversal din natin, 698 din dapat. Diba? Nag-gets yung point ko? Dapat ang gain on reversal mo, 698 din. Kasi kumbaga, there is a total recovery of impairment loss eh. Dapat 698,446 din ang sagot ko sa gain on reversal. Pero bakit ganun, sir? Bakit 608,291? Actually, merong alternative solution kung paano kino-compute yung 608,291. And again, ang starting point natin, yung total recovery of impairment loss. Kasi kung iisipin mo nga naman, through common sense, dapat ang sagot natin sa gain on reversal is 698,446. Kasi ikaw na nga yung nagsabi kanina, sir eh, ang maximum na pwedeng i-reverse is yung previous impairment loss na ni-recognize mo, which is 698,446. Kaya nga, diba, that's the reason also, sir, bakit tayo nag-compute ng limit. Kasi pag ang kinompare mo, 2,066,000 saka 1,322, magiging 743, which is impossible kasi 698,446 nga lang ang impairment loss na ni-recognize mo na nakaraan. Pero hindi natin pwedeng gamitin yung 698,446 kasi nagkaroon ka ng additional income ng 2022 through realization of impairment loss. Paano ko nagkaroon ng realization of impairment loss? Kasi mas mataas ang amortization mo ng discount ng 2022, thus creating a lower interest expense on the side of the debtor, pero dahil ikaw ang creditor, mas mataas ang interest income mo naman. So kumbaga nagkaroon ka ng additional income in the form of increase in interest income because of the impairment. Sir, hindi ko magets yung pino-point out mo. Balik tayo sa previous PowerPoint natin ha. Okay, kung babalikan natin yung previous PowerPoint natin, kung titinan mo, kung wala impairment, ang amortization ng discount mo is 190,053 minus 160,000, that is 30,053. Pero dahil nagkaroon ng impairment at wala ka ng nominal interest na matatanggap in the future, ang interest income mo, which is equal to amortization of discount, is automatic 120,208. Ewan ko kung nakikita nyo yung mga digits na sinasabi ko. So, because of that, because of impairment, pagdating ng 2022, mas mataas ang interest income mo ng 90,155. So, 698,446 minus 90,155. So, the answer is again, pareho lang din ng kanina, 608,291. Diba, magic? So, kumbaga, in in computing gain on reversal, may dalawang approach ka. Syempre, ang most recommended approach, yung nasa taas. Kaya yung mas recommended na approach. Pero if you will analyze it carefully or deeply, tama nga naman na dapat ang reversal mo 698,446. Nagkataon lang nagkaroon ka ng additional income ng 2022 through realization ng impairment loss dahil nag-create siya ng mas mataas na amortization of discount, thus higher interest income. Okay, so again, this would be the answer for the requirement number 2 of our sample exercise. Pero kung for example, ang classification ng investment ay FVOCI. Pag FVOCI, meron kang unrealized gain sa transaction na to. Ang unrealized gain mo is the difference between the fair value na 2,066,000 sa kayong limit na 1,930,579. So kung sakaling tanungin ka, magkano ang unrealized gain at FVOCI investment to, the answer is 135,421. Okay? So let us wrap our discussion by discussing or answering your multiple choice theories. Okay, based on our discussion ng FAR 16. Okay, number 1, if the investment is measured at amortized cost, the transaction cost are. Okay, so alam naman natin na kapag FVOCI saka at amortized cost, transaction costs are capitalized. The mere fact that you capitalize transaction cost, it means itong amount na to dadaan sa amortization. And amortization is an application of your effective interest method. Okay, kaya naman ang sagot sa number 1 is letter A. It is being amortized using the effective interest method. Okay, bakit? Kasi kinapitalized mo. Letter dog sana ang sagot kung ang classification ng investment ay FBPL. Kasi kapag FBPL, ang transaction cost ay expense immediately. Hindi mo siya papadaanin through amortization. So number 1 is dog. Number 2, how is the premium or discount on bonds purchased as a trading investment reported in the financial statements? Take note, there is no such thing as premium or discount kapag FBPL kasi held for trading yung investment. Bakit? Kasi the mere fact na gagawa ka ng premium or discount account, it means dadaan sa amortization yung asset. Dahil yan ay trading investment or FBPL at hindi subject sa amortization, walang premium or discount account. Therefore, the best answer for number 2 is letter boy. It is an integral part of the cost of the asset until such time na ibenta mo na siya. Okay, so number 2 is letter boy. Next, number 3, which of the following properly shows the effect of amortization of discount? I think this is basic. Amortization of discount affects interest income as well as carrying value or carrying amount. And actually, pinag-usapan natin nung nakaraan, it increases both the interest income and carrying value. So the answer for number 3 is letter C. Increases. Okay, number 4, in relation to reclassification, alin daw dito ang mali? Letter A, PFRS 9 provides that an entity shall reclassify financial assets only when there is a change in business model. That is correct. Madalas kasi pag nakikita mo yung salitang only, incorrect na kagad sa'yo. But letter A is correct. B, the entity shall not restate any previous recognized gain, losses, and interest. That is again correct. Kasi ang sabi natin last time, ang application ng reclassification is prospective. Kapag i-restate mo ang previous gains and losses mo, retrospective ang tawag doon. So, letter boy is correct. Kapag prospective application, hindi mo gagalawin yung previous amounts na nireport mo. Okay, letter C, all types of transfers are allowed under PFRS 9 provided there is a change in business model. That is again correct. Letter dog, the difference between the current fair value and carrying value before the transfer is recognized in profit or loss because of the transfer. That is your gain on reclassification. Letter dog is again correct. So ang sagot is letter E. Wala pong mali from A to D. Okay, last question na, napakadali ng number 5. Saan daw pinipresent ang impairment loss sa gain on reversal? Impairment losses and gains on reversal are both presented within profit or loss. So number 5, the correct answer is letter C. Okay, so that will conclude our discussion on investment in debt securities. So stay tuned for more financial accounting and reporting topics, and always stay safe, and God bless you all.